What's up, YTPC? Four-Eyed Piper coming at you. Today, I'm going to do a little recap. Let me get in frame here. Recap of my Boswell's trip, our Boswell's trip from this weekend. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. Dogs are barking. Kids are playing. Birds are chirping. It's springtime. What can we say? I also wanted to give this a shot. What the hell is that, Zach? Well, that is what they call a shepherd's lighter. Also, from what I could find, they used it in the Navy as well. But this is a fuel-less lighter, and the way that you use it is actually this rope is the fuel. You pull this little sucker out here, which is a ball attached to a little hook, and then what you're going to do is this little charred piece of cotton, you're going to start sparking it up. So you can see some of it starting to catch. And you blow on it. And that'll make an ember at the end that you can light your tobacco with. And what am I going to be smoking today? Well, this is a pipe that I actually got at Boswell's, and I'll tell you the story of this because this is a 10-year-old Boswell pipe. And in it, I'm going to smoke a little bit of aged countryside from Boswell. Very appropriate, I think. Let's see if this works. I'd say it works. And the nice thing about this lighter is all you do is you pull this down and it pulls that little ball over top and it'll smother out the ember. Kind of neat. It does take a little bit of fiddling around with, and so does pipe smoking, so it might not be like my main choice for lighting, but I thought it was kind of a cool deal. And you know what? I got this sucker for $3 on Amazon, and I got 3 of them, so kind of cool. This is the first time I'm smoking this pipe. And this countryside is a lighter English blend that Boswell's blends, and I'll have to tell you, initial light, this stuff is good. Actually got a pretty good light off of that. That's cool. Anyway, so let's talk about Boswell's trip. I left on Friday night to get there. I left right after work, actually. And it took me about 4.5, 5 hours to get down there. It was raining, dark. It was not really the best conditions to drive. But I got down there like 4:30, or excuse me, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Got checked into the motel, which I'm going to tell you I'll never stay at the Travel Lodge across from Boswell's again. Literally could walk to Boswell's right across the street. That place was sketchy. Was watching Dennis and Dion on their live as I was getting closer, and started messaging in the chat, and they said, hey, let us know, let's go out and have a drink or something like that. And of course I was hungry as hell, so I got in touch with those guys, and we went to a bar and grill, but of course it was way too late, and they didn't have food. We got in there, it was a mess. There's no service, and I'm like, man, I'm making a great first impression on these guys. This is the place I chose to go. So we're like, all right, let's get out of here. They wanted to just go back to the hotel and have a beer there, which was just fine by me. So I went to Wendy's to grab a burger, and had a very scary experience with a gentleman who handed me my food, who I will refer to as Leatherface from now on. Very frightening. Got some beer. Well, I didn't get some beer. They got some beer. Went back to the hotel room and had a beer with those guys. And I'll tell you what, after all of the nonsense trying to get to where I was going, and the food situation, and then the failed attempt to go into the restaurant, getting back there and talking with those guys, they put me right at ease. I'll tell you what, Dennis and Dion, great guys. They go by Wiz D, not Wiz, Wiz D and Classical Pipes on YouTube. And if you guys are not subscribed to their channels, please get over there and do that. Fantastic guys. They were the ones who made all the preparations for the Boswell's meetup, and I have to just thank those guys for welcoming me. You know, they invited this stranger into their hotel room with them to have a beer, and we just hit it off immediately. So that was so much fun, and I just appreciate that so much. The next day, they called me in the morning, and we went out to breakfast, which was cool too. You know, I just felt very welcome. I had a great breakfast at a diner, and then we went over to Boswell's at 9:30. We didn't leave that place until 5 o'clock, and we smoked all day long. And there's plenty of videos that you guys can check out. Pick and Piper, Ghost Cobb, Classical Pipes had a live that he did for a half hour and just did a big tour of the place and showed all the folks who were there. I'm not going to shout out everybody because I know I'm going to leave some people out, but I will say I had a fantastic time with all the people there. YTPC presenters, lurkers, and then just some random dudes that showed up and wanted to join the party, and that is perfectly cool too. I think we had like 21 or 22 people who showed up, so that was awesome. But I think you guys want to see the swag, right? Cool. So I bought a pipe, and then I'll tell you the story about this other pipe that I'm smoking. So this is the pipe that I ended up buying. Oh yeah, baby. Very cool, partially rusticated plateau top. Look at that stem work. I love the contrast stain on this thing. Fantastic. Love this pipe, and I smoked it all day long. It's not a filtered pipe, which most of their pipes are not. I think they only do that on special request. But it is definitely a commemorative pipe that I will keep forever, and it'll definitely represent this meetup that we had. And then, of course, after I'd bought that, and I bought my pound of Northwoods because I love Northwoods and I need to age it. Also, I smoked a bowl of Northwoods that Dion brought from 2013, and it just blew my mind. It was so good, and so I had to get myself some to age too. I went downstairs in Boswell's because the lounge is upstairs. That's where we were hanging, and was kind of poking around, looking at what else there was. And a gentleman was at the counter because he was there with an estate pipe to sell back to Boswell's to get store credit to buy another pipe. But Dan Boswell was there, and he just told him, you know, I really just can't give you the price you're looking for. We've got so many estate pipes we're working on at any given time. We just can't catch up. You know, any money that I would give you would be rock bottom price. And the guy was disappointed, but he understood and kind of walked away and was puttering around the shop. And I approached him and asked him about the pipe. I told him I overheard what he was talking about, and we were able to make a deal. And I bought this pipe. This is signed by J.M. Boswell, and there's a date stamp on the bottom. I won't turn this over because I have tobacco in it. There's a date stamp on the bottom from 2009. So that's pretty cool. I got a 2019 pipe and a 2009 J.M. Boswell pipe, and I have to say, this is a gorgeous freehand pipe. Very happy with it. It was only smoked a couple of times, and I got it at a steal. So that was pretty cool. Really cool story. We all went to dinner and then parted ways, but had a great time, guys. And thank you so much for bringing me into the fold, making me a part of it. There were a bunch of YouTube presenters there that have been around for years and years, and me, I haven't even elapsed a year yet. So it was just really cool, and welcome with open arms, quite literally. Got bear hugged by a ghost cob and pick and piper, and that was awesome. I can't say enough about it. So that's my Boswell's recap, guys. Hopefully you guys can make it out again. We're going to try to do it again in the fall, if possible, and I'm hoping at least it's going to be an annual thing for us. I'm ready for another meetup, I have to tell you. So thank you, guys, and we'll catch you next time.